You must assume, Peter, the circus has the dogs on you 24 hours a day. Think of it as a foreign country.
Hello, Bryant.
Hello, nice to see you again, sir. Just a moment, please. Mr. Gwilym, sir. Yes. Mr. Lord Strickland's expecting you. He'll meet you by the barrier on the 5th floor.
Right. Thanks. About time someone oiled this thing, isn't it?
We keep asking. You can talk till you're blue in the face.
Well met, Peter. Greetings. A trifle late, but never mind.
Sorry, Lorna. You have to make allowances for the country yokels. Oh, God, how long have you had that monster?
You really are a stranger, aren't you? It saves man eyes. Fantastic. Quite fantastic.
Hello, Bill.
What the hell are you doing here, you pariah?
He's got some French diplomatic courier he wants to buy, and he needs to wash some dirty money. That's a job for banking section, of course, so we're sorting out the tangle for him. He knows it has to be London station cleared. He told me the papers were already routed to you.
They're probably in your in-tray now, Bill.
They had better be, Peter. Mind you, lock up the spoons. These scalp hunters will have the gold out of your teeth. Lock up the girls as well, if they'll let you. There we go, sir. Keys of the city.
London station couldn't be in better hands. Everything's a lot tighter here these days, Gwilym.
Hey, Lorna, hold on. Have you seen bloody Bill anywhere?
Indeed, I have seen Bill. We were having a brief word about a couple of things back down the corridor.
He's wanted urgently.
Immediately, Lorna, actually. We put out an alert for him.
I suspect he may well be on his way to you at this moment.
Peter? Hello.
Hi. Thanks for the glad hand. I did wipe the cow dung off my boots. What's the joke, Roy?
A joke, Peter, old lad. Just surprised to see you, that's all.
We're used to having this floor to ourselves.
Would you like to see my pass, Toby?
How are you keeping?
Oh, I wintered very well, thanks. You know what it's like living in the Brixton rest house these days. Plenty of Ludo, ping-pong. Normally I'd be having my afternoon ziz at this time.
Off with you, Peter. Don't waste Lorna's time.
No, sir. Sorry, sir.
Flush. Stop it! Stop it, boy. It's only a dunderhead. Flush. shut up. George Smiley. Oh, you lovely, darling man. You haven't come to sell me a Hoover. You're my gorgeous George.
Connie.
Oh, George. Oh. Oh. Jingle, darling, could you possibly make it tomorrow? Oh, don't be cross, Jingle. It isn't often my oldest lover comes to see me. Oh, George, if only I'd seen you first. I'll give you a whole hour, all to yourself. Honestly, I will, darling. One of my dunderheads. I will teach. Don't know why. Oh, George. Of all the lovely, darling men I ever knew, he walked flush. Did you see his shoes? Oh, bless you, darling. God bless. Did he walk alone, Flush? Not accompanied, were we?
Quite alone, Connie.
So, what does George want from Connie, the bad boy?
Her memory. To go over some very old ground, Connie.
Hear that, Flush? First they chuck us out with an old bone, then they come begging to us. I was the best head of research the circus ever had. Everyone knew that. And what did they say the day they gave me the chop? That personnel cow. You're losing your sense of proportion, Connie. It's time you got out into the real world. Well, I hate the real world. I like the circus and my lovely boys.
Polyakov. Alexei Alexandrovich Polyakov, Cultural Attaché, Soviet Embassy, London.
Born March the 3rd, 1922, in the Ukraine. Graduate of Leningrad State University. Height 5'10". Colour of eyes green, colour of hair black. Married, but unaccompanied by wife. And a 6-cylinder Karla trained hood, if ever I saw one. But don't tell Percy Alaline or Toby Esterhazy. Oh, no. Alexei Alexandrovich was as pure as the driven snow. He was Purcell White, wasn't he, Flush? And Connie's an old silly, because if she doesn't lay off and do as she's told, she'll have to pack her bags and go.
He's come alive. Polyakov, just as you predicted.
Of course he has. Of course he has. I knew it in my bones. The day he arrived, I thought, hello, I'm going to have some fun with you. Tough as a button. Cultural attaché, balls. Army written all over him. But not declared, George. Not a mention. Oh, he had a lovely voice. Mellow like yours. I used to play the tapes over and over just to bathe in it. Bottom picture, too. I just know. Not that we ever caught him at it. We might have done if Tobe had played along and offered him a bum or two, but Tiny Tobe wouldn't. 8 years. I watched Pretty Polly for 8 years. Then last Remembrance Day, I got him. There he was, that smashing November morning at the wreath laying, and we photographed his medals, 2 gallantry and 4 campaign. Oh, yes. Alex Polyakov was a star soldier, just as I'd told them, and not a word. So I said to Toby, listen, you two-faced ferret. Ego has got the better part of cover, and that's nothing new. Now will you turn Pretty Polly inside out for me, because Connie's little hunch has turned up trumps.
And what did Toby Esterhazy say?
Oh, I got the dead fish voice. Tell Percy Allaline Percy's in charge.
And then?
Not every ex-warrior's a Karla agent, says Percy. I said, listen, Percy, Polyakov's running an English mole. So I get the rude letter. Stop it or else. So I wrote at the bottom, yes, repeat, no. So, here we are. Flush and me. Please kiss me, George. Hey-ho, halcyon days. Did I start the landslide, George?
You were always dead right, Connie.
And is George now picking up the pieces?
Something of the sort.
Poor loves. Trained to empire. Trained to rule the waves. Englishmen could be proud then. They could, George. All gone. Taken away. Bye-bye, world. If it's bad, George, don't come back. Promise? I want to remember you just as you were. My lovely, lovely boys. Promise.
All right, Lord Royal, just have to wait for the wheels to turn. I don't need a pass to use the gents, do I?
Stop that moaning!
The pages have been removed with a razor blade. No mention whatever of Ricky Tarr's cables from Lisbon. No Irina, no Boris, no Tar. There's a note scribbled on the next page which says all inquiries to head of London station. It's in Toby Esterhazy's handwriting. The janitor's attendance list has also been removed. Nothing to tell us who was duty officer that night, or even who was in the building.
Connie's appraisal matches the story Irina gave Ricky Tarr. The implications, the indications, are that Karla has managed to build himself a cadre of senior men placed about the globe who work directly and exclusively to him at Moscow Center. Polyakov is Karla's executant in London.
You offer that as a working hypothesis?
Operation Witchcraft, that vital flow of Russian intelligence which happily came Alaline's way. Supplementary estimates to the Treasury, special accommodation in London, wider exploitation. See also secret annex. May I see it?
The minister keeps it in his personal safe.
Do you know the combination?
Certainly not.
What's the title of this unobtainable document?
It doesn't have one. It's highly secret, and we've done everything humanly possible to keep the readership to a minimum.
The supplier of the witchcraft material is our old friend Merlin. Does the file give his identity?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. The minister wouldn't want to know, and Alaline wouldn't want to tell him.
What does wider exploitation mean?
I refuse to be interrogated, George. I entirely fail to see why I should waste your time pursuing this line of inquiry. By rights, I should have you specially cleared before I let you see any of this.
Witchcraft cleared?
Yes, George.
Do we have a list of people who've been cleared in that way?
I hope you're not going fey, George. Please, stick with the primary problem. The mole, Gerald, instead of rootling around in extraneous matters. This is no time to be whimsical.
Oh, you off. You won't forget Prideaux, will you? Anything at all you can get on him, even the scraps would help.
He has a point, George. Witchcraft and Merlin. Polyakov and the mole. Prideaux getting himself shot up on some wild goose chase of controls in the rural charms of Czechoslovakia. You think it all connects?
I think, Peter, I'm not the first to make this journey of exploration. I believe Control was here before me. He might even have made the full distance. But for the bullets in Prideaux's back, there are 3 of them and Alaline. Control's words. He meant Operation Witchcraft, of course. Merlin's minders, or inventors, or programmers, or marionettes, or what?
Why was Control always so hostile to Alaline? Percy wasn't a complete fool.
Percy can flirt, Peter. And Control hadn't reckoned on the power of the Alaline lobby.
Who were they?
Golfers. Golfers and conservatives. That's what Control said to me. I got a call from Control one day, very sharp, very combative. George, come in here or there'll be bloodshed.
Brother Percy is trying to twist my tail. Take a look at this nonsense. Top-level Soviet naval dispatch. Specially prepared for the Soviet High Command. Isn't it, Percy? An appreciation of a naval exercise in the Mediterranean or Black Sea, of which our sailors have been screaming for details. Haven't they, Percy?
Topicality is always suspect.
Yes, George. Would you like to repeat that for Percy?
Who made the translation?
God made it, didn't he, Percy? Don't ask him anything he won't tell you.
Shore-to-sea strike power, radio activation of enemy alert procedures. This is hardly my territory.
Don't let that worry you. Total ignorance of subject matter doesn't bother Percy.
Whose initials are these?
Zarov, Admiral, Black Sea Fleet.
What do our own evaluators say?
They've not seen it, and what's more, they're not going to.
However, my brother in Christ Lily of Naval Intelligence has passed a preliminary opinion, has he not, Percy? Percy showed it to him last night. Over a pink gin, was it, Percy?
At the Admiralty.
Note that, George. They battened down the hatches and bunged up the portholes for Percy. Brother Lily telephoned me half an hour ago to congratulate me. He believes this material to be neither a plant nor chicken feed, but genuine gold dust. And he seeks our permission to... Percy's, I suppose I should say, to apprise his fellow Sea Lords of its conclusions.
Quite impossible. It's for his eyes only, at least for another couple of weeks.
It's so hot, you see, George.
But where does it come from? Who's the case officer?
You'll enjoy this.
Source Merlin has access to the most sensitive levels of Soviet policy making. We've dubbed his product witchcraft.
Ask him who we are, George.
Merlin is the fruit of a long cultivation by certain people in the service. People who are bound to me as I am to them. People who are not at all entertained by the failure rate about this place. Been too much blown, too much lost, wasted, too many scandals. I've said so many times I might as well have talked to the wind for all the heed he'd paid me.
He means me, George.
The ordinary principles of tradecraft and security have gone to the wall in this service. It's all divide and rule, stimulated from the top.
Me again.
We're losing our livelihood, our self-respect. We've had enough. We've had a bellyful, in fact. Please? Thank you.
And like everybody who's ever had enough, he wants more. This service. Percy Allaline would sell his mother for a knighthood, and this service for a seat in the House of Lords.
Suppose Merlin's genuine.
Suppose Merlin would pick Percy.
It seems somebody has.
I gather Percy's under the impression he'd picked himself and a whole team. You're sure he left you out, are you, George?
What are you going to do about it?
Depends on it. I'll wait for it to show itself. In the meantime, I see nothing to deal with, except Percy's envious eye on my chair. And I've put my thumb in that optic before.
George? Little Tattle Tuesday again?
No, Percy.
Baby? Right. This time.
Oh, Lord. I thought it would be half over by now. You've got a rabbit to pull out of your hat today, Percy. You've got that Britain can make it look about you. Very intimidating. Should we have brought our sandwiches?
I'll be brief, Bill, so long as I'm not obstructed.
I'm sorry. Traffic. Should have walked.
I think you and Percy between you are contriving to keep me off the streets.
They're all here now, sir. Would you go in, please, gentlemen?
How often do I have to emphasize the extreme sensitivity of the source of the witchcraft product? I must insist there is no existing method of Whitehall distribution to meet the case. Do I have to remind you of that disgraceful incident when an undersecretary, albeit overworked, so be it, but the fact remains the man actually gave his dispatch box key to his personal assistant. We simply cannot afford that kind of ludicrous insecurity when we are handling witchcraft. Now, I have already discussed the problem with Lily of Naval Intelligence. And he is prepared to put at our disposal a special main reading room in the Admiralty main building, where witchcraft material can be seen by our customers and watched over by a senior janitor of this service.
Wouldn't you rather have Securicor?
The reading room will be known for cover purposes as the conference room of the Adriatic Working Party, the AWP room for short.
Thank you.
Customers with reading rights will not have passes, since these can be too accessible, like keys. Instead, they will appear on a special list with their photographs, and they will identify themselves personally to my janitor.
Who's janitor, Percy?
Well, he's already got his own personal wizard. The odd commissionaire seems modest enough domestic star.
Allowing that all this is necessary.
Essential.
My minister will want to know a lot more about the cost. He'll want it to appear to be borne by the Admiralty, even if you have to reimburse capitally.
Yes, of course. The reading room will have to be extensively rebuilt, to begin with. Now, I would like to call your attention to the Foreign Office comment on the most recent witchcraft product, and I quote, "This document sheds an extraordinary sidelight on Soviet aggressive thinking."
Does that mean they like it, Percy?
Do you like it, Bill? It's from the very heart of your territory.
The fact is, in 25 years, I haven't laid hands on anything of that quality. And unless I'm extremely mistaken, nor have our American cousins. Anyone taking that stuff to Washington could drive a very hard bargain indeed.
Early days, Bill.
Agreed, George. But if Merlin maintains the standard of that, we're going to be able to buy whatever's in the Yank shop.
I don't think control is going to play. That would rule me out as well, of course.
Percy will get his reading room.
Yes. And after that, I suppose anything's possible.
Did you want to ask me something, Mr. Smiley? I'm afraid he's not seeing anyone at all today.
Again? I'm being asked why he's cancelled the Tuesday conferences.
You know I can't add anything to his memorandum, Mr. Smiley, even for you. Even if I could, Mr. Smiley.
No, of course. I was rather hoping, before I set off on this Hong Kong trip he wants me to make, well, when I get back, perhaps you'll have got through that little lot.
And now there's a witchcraft committee. The minister's in the chair. Alaline's vice chairman. Merlin's become an industry. It's the industry, and I'm not employed.
You won't even read Alaline's reports.
I haven't time. Buying their way in with counterfeit money. Tell them that. Tell them anything. I need time. There are 3 of them, and Alaline. Sweat them, George. Tempt them, bully them, any damn thing. Give them whatever they eat. I need time.
Prompt as ever, Mr. Smiley.
How are your children, Toby?
Doing terribly well, thank you, George.
The boy's at Westminster, have I got that right? Your daughter's probably left school by now, has she?
First-year medical student. Loves it.
Good for her. Toby, I have to ask you this. Sorry to come prying. Your department's a long way behind with its worksheets, 2 months almost. Now, why is that? It's not lamplighter style.
Oh, we're not infallible, George. 2 months. Well, I won't question it. Is it terribly important? Of course, if you say it is, then I'll see it's dealt with, of course.
The question is, why, Toby? Let me be blunt.
Not your style, George. I'm allowed to say that, surely. I am, after all, one of your oldest protégés. Vienna was a long time ago.
You haven't perhaps been using your staff for any special jobs lately, have you? Either at home or abroad. I mean the kind of special jobs which, for good reasons of security, you haven't felt able to mention in your returns.
Who would I do that for, George? You know, in my book, that's completely illegal.
Well, if Percy Allaline, for example, ordered you to do something and not recorded, that would put you in a difficult position.
What sort of something?
Clear a foreign letterbox, prime a safe house, watch someone's back, spike an embassy. It's all lamplighter work. If Percy told you to do it, you might quite reasonably assume he was acting on instructions from the 5th floor.
I do like the service, George. I may be sentimental about it, but I prefer to stay in it. Now, you understand that, you of all people. My problem is promotion. I mean, the absence of it. I have so many years' seniority that I feel actually quite embarrassed when these young fellows ask me to take orders from them.
Who, Toby? Which young fellows? Roy Bland? Percy? Would you call Percy young? Who?
When you're overdue for promotion and working your fingers to the bone, anyone looks young who is above you on the ladder.
Have you been taking orders?
You know the line of command, George.
Perhaps Control could move you up a few rungs.
Well, you know, actually, I'm not sure he's able to these days. Are you?
So what's the deal?
There isn't a deal, Roy, really. It's just that Control feels the present situation is unhealthy. He doesn't like to see you getting mixed up with a cabal. Frankly, nor do I.
So what's the deal?
What do you want?
What about 5,000 quid out the reptile fund for starters?
And a house and a car.
And the kid to eat it.
Your father would turn in his grave.
Let him rotate. The old commie thug. If there's no deal, George, you'll have to tell Control he can get stuffed. I've paid, you see, you know that. I don't know what the hell I've bought with it, but I've paid a packet. Poznan, Budapest, Prague, back to Poznan. Have you ever been to Poznan? Sofia, Kiev, 2 bloody nervous breakdowns and still between the shafts. That's big money at any age, even yours.
Oh, no one can deny that, Roy.
And you brought me in, remember? If you think I'm going to the bad, you've only got yourself to blame. You're an educated sort of a swine. An artist is a bloke who can hold two fundamentally opposing views and still function. Who dreamed that one up?
Scott Fitzgerald.
Well, Fitzgerald knew a thing or two. And I'm definitely functioning. As a good socialist, I'm going where the money is. As a good capitalist, I'm sticking with the revolution because if you can't beat it, spy on it. Don't look like that, George. It's the name of the game these days. You scratch my conscience, I'll drive your jag, right?
No. Did you get that from Hayden? Is that one of Bill's jokes about materialist England? The pigs in clover society?
And you like it?
Not much. Of course there are competitive and acquisitive instincts in Western society, but they are offset against other concerns which you won't find in...
Poznan, Budapest, Kiev, Sofia. Tell me all about it, George. I'm just saying that's England now, man. All you have to do is look out the bloody window.
You're seen with Bill Hayden a great deal these days.
Jealous, George? You've got his job. Your control's High Chamberlain. What more do you want? Long as it lasts.
You say you write the reports.
I thought that was Roy's job.
No, Bland makes the translations. You write the covering reports. They're typed on your machine. The material's not cleared for typists.
Percy Alaline won't do. Is that the premise? Which means that Merlin won't do either. Poor old Control. He isn't a pickle. Merlin would do if he were my source, wouldn't he? If dazzling bloody Bill here potted along and said he'd hooked a whacking big fish and wanted to play him alone and sod the expense, what would happen then? Control would say, that's very nifty of you, Bill boy. You do it just the way you want, Bill boy. Have some filthy jasmine tea. He'd be giving me a medal now, instead of sending you snooping round corridors. We used to be rather a classy bunch. Why are we so vulgar these days?
He thinks Percy is on the make.
So he is. I also want to be head boy. And Toby and Roy have designs on your spot. Since when was ambition an offense in our beastly outfit? Is Anne at home? Sent her out to play while you grill your old buddy.
Who runs him, Bill?
Percy? Who do you think? Karla runs him. Stands out a mile. Lower class bloke with upper class sources. Must be a bounder.
Bill?
Percy is sold out to Karla. Only possible explanation. Percy is our house mole.
I meant who runs Merlin? Who is Merlin? What's going on?
This is a callow, isn't it? It's nice, very nice.
Bill.
Doesn't anyone think my nose should be out of joint? I'm supposed to be in charge of the Russian target. Given it my best years. Set up networks, talent spotters, all mod cons. You chaps on the top floor have forgotten what it's like to run an operation where it takes you 3 days to post a letter and you don't even get an answer for your trouble.
That's hardly fair to Control. You've heard him 100 times on how he detests the glamour boy agents who hog the budget. How he hates miracles if they put the bread and butter networks out of focus.
It's a pity he doesn't have the same hatred of failure. Has he lived with it too long? Face it, George. It's Percy. Percy's success. It's throne control. And me, a bit. Trouble is, my networks haven't been good enough. This is new. I fancy this very much.
Anne gave it me.
Making amends?
Probably.
Must have been quite a sin. How is she? George, cut the cord. Get away from control. He's cut you out of his life for weeks on end, dispatching you about with errands a probationer could handle. What's he doing up there? He's been going through files of old circus folk heroes from year -1, half of them under the earth already, sniffing out the dirt to see who was pink, who was a queen. He's given us all up, hasn't he?
I don't think that's true.
Senile paranoia. Control's going potty. And he's also dying. It's just a question of which gets him first.
And within 6 months of Bill Hayden's diagnosis, Control was indeed dead.
And what killed him? Operation Witchcraft or Operation Testify?
Neither. Let's not be melodramatic. Control would disapprove. He died of old age, a little early. But Testify destroyed his function in life, which was a form of murder. I don't have nearly enough on Testify, Peter. Would you please,
Of course, George.
you, sir. Ever such a rough voice. Says it's someone from your garage, and I can quite believe it.
Right.
Your rude mechanic has some bad news for you. Personally, I find mechanics are bad news, by and large. Which phone, Alvin? The one on the left. Well, at least get onto the head office today and find out when they can supply the damn thing. Hang on a minute. I think I got the number. Alvin, sling that bag across for me, will you, please? I will, sir. There you go. Open it for you.
Oh, thanks.
Right, are you ready? The number you want is 437-6299.
It seems to be going according to plan.
Thank you.
But it does sound jumpy. He might have overdone it a bit there. He was very loud. I've seen it happen before. Tough ones who crack at 40. You lock it all away, pretend it isn't happening, and all of a sudden you find them at the desks. The tears pouring on the blotter. I thought I ought to say what's on my mind.
I think Peter will manage. You heard something about his murderous assignment in French North Africa, I suppose?
Something. Whispers.
Peter was overmatched and he lost. His agents were hanged. No one recovers entirely from that sort of thing. That is, I wouldn't trust a man who did.
Right, bag, please.
Peter, I am sorry to disturb you, but we have a tiny crisis. Percy Allaline would like a word with you. Quite an urgent word. Can you come now?
Of course, Toby. Have you been waiting? Didn't you tell Mr. Esterhazy where I was?
We've only just got here, Peter. Your office told us you were doing a spot of deviling. Only, Percy is anxious to speak to you now, you see.
So, Alwyn, there's a midday shuttle to Brixton, isn't there?
Yes.
You might give transport a buzz and ask them to take that thing over for me, will you?
Will do, sir. Will do.
Percy wants to consult you.
How are the martial arts, Paul? Any new tricks you could show me? Paul and I were paired on a tough guy course a little while back. Damn near killed each other.
Peter? Please.
Watch out, Pete.
she put them on again.
Well now, young Peter Gwilym, welcome to my house, about which you've been making calls, I hear. Are you lonely in the Brixton outposts? Tired of chasing the local virgins, if there are any in Brixton, which I would doubt? If you'll excuse my freedom, Mo. You do know that Mo Delaware is our new head of research, do you? Man with message and cleft stick does reach Brixton, does he?
Barring the monsoon.
I hear you've been hobnobbing with the late lamented Ricky Tarr, formerly of your section, dispatched by you to Lisbon, and since then listed by this service as a defector. How is he?
That's right, Chief. Ricky and I have tea at Fortnum's every afternoon. Jasmine.
Peter Gwilym, you may not be aware of this, but I am possessed of an extremely forgiving nature. I positively seethe with goodwill. All I require from you is the matter of your discussion with Tarr. I do not ask for his head, or any other part of his offensive anatomy, and I will restrain my impulse personally to strangle him, or you. I would even go so far as to consider bringing you back into the palace from hateful Brixton, where presently you linger in well-earned obscurity.
In that case, I can't wait for him to turn up.
And there's a free pardon for your friend Ricky, until I get my hands on him.
I'll tell him that word for word. He'll be thrilled.
I'm very disappointed in you, young Peter. I pay you honest money, and you stab me in the back. I consider that extremely poor reward for keeping you alive, against the entreaties of my advisors, I may tell you. Let us begin again. If you won't give me a straight answer, perhaps you'll unburden to somebody more persuasive. Right.
Ricky Tarr's got a daughter, hasn't he?
Yes, calls her Danny.
Talk about her a lot?
He told me he was fond of her. That's all I know.
What the hell are you shrugging at us like that for? I'm accusing you of playing hooky behind my back with a damn defector from your own damn section, of playing damn fool parlor games when you don't know the stakes, and all you do is shrug at me. There's a law, Gwilym, against consorting with enemy agents. Do you want me to throw the book at you?
I haven't seen him. Who's playing games? Not me. You are, so get off my back.
Who's Danny's mother?
Eurasian girl. But Tarr likes to think she passes for full European. And the child.
12 years old, long blonde hair, brown eyes, slim. Is that Danny?
It could be.
So, if I told you that Danny and her mother were due to arrive in London 3 days ago on a direct flight from Tunis, I take it you would share our perplexity?
Yes, I would.
And you'd keep your mouth shut when we let you out of here.
It isn't ordinary flight information, Peter. The source is very private.
Ultra sensitive, in fact, Peter. In that case, Toby, I'll try and keep my mouth ultra shut.
So, what do you make of it, young Peter? Come on. You were his boss, guide, philosopher, friend. Tell me why Ricky Tarr's in London.
You didn't say that. You said his girl and his kid were expected.
Don't be obtuse, man. Where little Danny goes, there goes Tarr. Except he'd move first and have his impedimenta follow. Yes?
That would be favourite. All right. Tar was supposed to be sitting in Moscow, and now he's supposed to be back here on the Russian payroll. But why is it all so hot? What kind of plant can he be when we know everything about him? Down to his last attack of swine fever, from which he's only partially recovered, in my view. Excuse my freedom, Mo. I'm sorry, but what kind of plant is that?
Well, never mind what sort. Muddying pools, poisoning wells, maybe that damn sort. Pulling the rug out. Now, listen. Just you remember this. At the first peep, the first whisper of Tar or his lady or his wee bairn, young Peter Gwilym, you come to one of us grown-ups. Anyone you see at this table. But not another damn soul. The name on the passport is Poole. P-O-O-L-E. All three of them. Tar told his woman, so we understand, in case of difficulties, she should come to you.
Sign that, Peter, would you?
Stupid bloody cabaret. Percy gets more insufferable every day.
I wouldn't know, Bill, would I? I certify that I have today been advised of Witchcraft Report number 308, Source Merlin. I undertake not to divulge any part of this report to other members of the service, nor will I divulge the existence of Source Merlin. Get over, you sodding snail!
Peter!
Tar! Bastard Tar!
Peter, slow down. Slow down.
The file on Testify seemed a bit thin. I hope it was worth the sweat.
Ricky Tar's not lied to us, Peter, not in any material way. He's simply done what agents the world over do, failed to tell us the whole story. On the other hand, he has been rather clever.
Are you actually pleased with him?
Well, yes. We now know that Source Merlin works to Moscow Center, because that's where Merlin's information on Ricky Tar must have come from. From Karla.
Ricky's been a lot better today, sir. Not nearly so nervy. Well, he did his football poos this morning, and this afternoon we planted some trees in the garden, and then this evening we had a nice game of cards.
Has he been out alone?
Oh, no, Mr. Smiley.
Used the telephone?
Oh, wouldn't dare, sir.
Has he talked about his daughter, Danny, or her mother?
Well, he did over the weekend, sir, but well, he sort of cooled off about them since. I think it's in view of the emotional side.
Did he ever mention any arrangements for meeting them again? Anything about passports?
No, sir.
What has he talked about, for God's sake?
Well, mostly the Russian lady, say, Irina. Oh, he mentions her name a lot, Irina. He likes to read her diary. He says he's going to make Moscow Center swap the mole for Irina when the mole's been caught and all this has been cleared up. And then he's going to buy a little place in Scotland. Oh, and he says he'll see me right, too. Get me a big job in the circus. I just listen, of course.
Right. You don't post those football pool coupons, do you, Ford?
Oh, no, Mr. Smiley.
Well, let's hope he doesn't have a win. That would be expensive for us. Thank you for your help, Miss Brimley. Sorry to impose on you.
He's gone to bed.
I must ask you once more. What did you do with the 2 Swiss escape passports you took with you to Lisbon?
I told you. Burn them.
When you bought your fake British passport in Istanbul, a passport for yourself in the name of Richard Henry Poole, did you buy any others from the same source?
Why? Why should I?
To protect your child and her mother. That seems quite reasonable. After all, it wouldn't be a very gallant act to leave the woman and the child you love to the mercy of the Moscow hood on your tail, while you escape to all this VIP protection. It's horrible to think of. Truly horrible to contemplate the lengths Karla might go to in order to obtain your silence or your services. But perhaps what you actually did, and forgot to tell us about, was to burn the British passports you obtained for Mrs. Poole and Miss Danny Poole, but kept your own to convince Karla's footpads you thought it was still safe. Then, probably, you made travel bookings in the name of the Poole family for the same reason. You doctored the Swiss passports for Danny and her mother and made other arrangements for them. Like staying in Marseille, perhaps. Prince. I don't know where they are, but I'm sure no harm has come to them. Does that satisfy you?
Maybe you should keep a closer eye on your own damn woman and leave mine alone.
No, Peter. Perhaps it's just as well. I shouldn't know where you've hidden them, so long as you don't try to communicate. Unless, of course, you want me to help in some way, money or whatever.
No need. Let's trust each other, shall we? Are we friends again, Mr. Gwilym?
It won't be long now. Have you got all you need?
Can I have my gun back?
Yes. Oh, why not, Peter?
Do we buy that?
Oh, yes. I told you he'd been clever. A little bit of the truth is indispensable in the games agents play. You know that. Ricky put his family in safekeeping and found his own way home. He fooled the Russians. If Karla had a deal with him, do you think you and I would be alive and well and living in hope? Not by now, I think. Let it breathe a little.
Oh, just leave it. We'll pour it when we're ready. Does anyone know Karla's real name? And how old is he?
Another mystery. Decades of his life unaccounted for. So many of the people he's worked with have a way of dying off. He was in England in 1936 and 41. That's documented. We can assume it was sometime during that period he recruited our mole, Gerald. I met him once in Delhi. Oh, this was long before we came to know him as the legendary Karla. In the mid-50s, Moscow Center was in pieces on the floor, wholesale purgings and shootings. And as a result, defection everywhere. I became a kind of commercial traveler. The whole world was my territory. Inspecting the goods, fixing the terms, disposing as seemed best, on London's instructions, of course. Well, I found myself off to India, where the authorities had arrested, at our request, on some trumped-up immigration nonsense, a Mr. Gerstmann. Karla's name at that time. He was on his way back to Moscow from San Francisco. Except that he didn't know when he left California that he was Moscow-bound. He'd been told to rendezvous with a TASS correspondent in Delhi. The message from the TASS man was an airplane ticket and don't ask me any questions, comrade. Karla was in disgrace, summoned and doomed. There were two other things he didn't know. The first was that we'd intercepted the radio signal directing him to Delhi. The second was that the San Francisco network he'd organized had been rolled up, hide and hair, the day he left. Could we take those things off his hands? I only have to shout for you, don't I? Mr. Gerstmann, you are the Cold War orphan. If you go home to Moscow as ordered, you'll be either shot or sent to die in one of the camps. Wouldn't you prefer to ask us for protection? We have no powers of permanent arrest, and our arrangement with the Americans was that they hit your agents and we make you this invitation. I can't see an alternative for you. If you cooperate, we can give you a new start, a new identity, seclusion, a modest amount of money. So why don't you start by telling me your true name? Would you like a cigarette? I know you're a chain smoker. Oh, please. I know this is what you smoke. Look, I'm not offering you wealth or smart women or your choice of fast cars. I know you haven't any use for those things. And I'm not going to make any claims about the moral superiority of the West. I'm sure you can see through our values, just as I can see through yours in the East. You and I have spent our lives looking for the weaknesses in each other's systems. I'm sure each of us has experienced innumerable technical satisfactions in our wretched Cold War. But now your own side is going to shoot you for nothing, for misdemeanors you have not committed, because of a power struggle within your own hierarchy, because probably of someone's treachery or sheer incompetence. I'm sure both of us, when we were young, subscribed to great visions. But not anymore. After all you've seen. You can't still be committed to that old grand design. You know it's achieved nothing except new forms of the old misery. Don't destroy yourself. They're not worth it. Do you know where your wife is? I mean, at this moment. You have to think about her. She'll have to make a new life. Do you have a friend? One really good friend who could look after her? Perhaps we could get in touch with her secretly. If you stay with us, we might be able to arrange something. An exchange for someone your people want returned. But if you go back, it can do her nothing but harm. She'll be cold-shouldered, suspected. The best she can hope for is to be allowed to see you before you're shot. Another meaningless firing squad. Guard.
What did Control have to say when you got back?
I hope to God they do shoot him. But they didn't. His boss was the one who faced the firing squad, as it turned out. Mr. Gerstmann survived and thrived. How he thrived. He went on to build his legend and become the Karla we know. The Karla who all the time he sat looking at me was no doubt thinking of Gerald the Mole. Have you noticed, Peter, that whenever I really trouble one of our acquaintances with my questions, he'll raise the matter of my failure as a husband to confound me? Instructive.
Ricky Tarr tried it twice.
Unimportant in his case. Spite. Well, that was sumptuous. That boy Fawn, good at his judo, isn't he?
Karate, George. Judo is what Fawn would call just your little cuddle, Mr. Smiley.
I don't think even Toby Esterhazy's people would follow us here. The food's well below the standard they've come to expect.
So, Karla's fireproof. He can't be bought and he can't be beaten.
Not fireproof, because he's a fanatic. I may have behaved like a soft dolt, the very archetype of a flabby Western liberal, but I'd rather be my kind of fool than his. One day, that lack of moderation will be Karla's downfall. Never touched radio since the debacle in San Francisco. Got it right out of his handwriting. His agents aren't allowed near it.
That's something else you and Karla have in common.
Yes, I am prejudiced against radio men. Tiresome breed, overstrung, unreliable. What's the other thing?
Well, the cigarette lighter. I assume he still had it.
As far as I know, Peter.
Sorry, George.
Not at all. How do you feel, Peter?
I'm all right.
After Delhi, you know, Control gave me 3 months' leave without the option. When this is over, I hope you'll take it easy for a while. We're not quite there, but nearly. Peter, have you got the handbrake on? Operation Witchcraft, Alaline to Minister. Extremely secret and personal. We spoke. Merlin, as you may have known for some time, is not one source, but several. It would do the Treasury no harm to learn, Percy was enjoying himself, wasn't he? To learn that Merlin's 10,000 Swiss francs a month in salary and a similar figure for expenses and running costs are scarcely excessive when the cloth has to be cut so many ways. Then he adds, nevertheless, I regard it as paramount that knowledge of the London house and the purpose for which it is used remain absolutely at a minimum. Well, in a sense, Percy Araline's quite right about Merlin. Of course, Merlin represents several sources, various departments of Moscow Center, with Karla queuing them in on the basis of the most timely material of the given moment. Sometimes he likes to direct circus attention to a topical subject, sometimes to deflect it. For example, after Riccitar's encounter with Irina in Lisbon, Merlin delivered some vivid insights on the ideological penetration of the United States.
But Karla doesn't know what Tar's done with the information from Irina.
Which brings us to your interrogation by Alaline and his reference to Tar's probable role over here in muddying pools, etc. Merlin's message on Tar, I suggest, was that Ricky would be trying to sell to someone in London, on Karla's behalf, fictitious material about a traitor in the circus. Nothing muddier than that, is there? Remember, Merlin is totally believed. So now we have a clear connection between Merlin and the mole. And at the heart of this beautifully symmetrical plot is a house in London for which the Treasury paid £60,000, plus another 10 for making it more to Merlin's liking, or Gerald's.
Fascinating, George. Thank you. And how do you suggest I explain to my minister, least painfully, that Merlin's a fraud and he'll have to tell the Americans so? He's devoted to Merlin.
Impress upon him that whatever he's buying from the Americans with Merlin's discredited currency is going straight to Moscow via Gerald the Mole. That should do the trick.
This document is not one you've asked me to bring. It arrived only today. Source unknown. According to a recently released prisoner from Lubyanka jail, Moscow's center held a secret execution in the punishment block in March. The victims were 3 of its own functionaries. All were shot in the back of the neck. One was a woman.
Ricky Tarr mustn't know. It's vital he gets no wind of this. God knows what he'd do or not do if he found out Irina was dead. And we may need to make further use of it.
Do you really believe all that guff about Tarr being in love with her? The little homestead in the Highlands, the avenging lover, the honourable Ricky Tarr?
He may feel compelled, Peter. Everybody has a loyalty somewhere. He mustn't know.
I agree. Now, George, I've wrote all I could find on Jim Prideaux, such as it is.
Thank you.
Prideaux and Bill Hayden were really very close, you know. I hadn't realized.
Yes. Thank you. Operation Testify. We still need to understand what happened, or rather, why it happened. The file you borrowed, Peter, does at least give us a nudge in the right direction. I think I know who to talk to next. Your day was hardly wasted.
I am glad of that, George.
We've traced Prideaux. He's become a teacher. Thursgood Preparatory School for Boys. It's in the West Country.
Right.